morning, it's Randytbird out here in sunny Arizona, early on a Sunday morning. Just getting out for a ride today. Didn't do much yesterday. I had a lot of errands to run, so today I'm out on the bike and try to get out early before it gets hot. We probably have our first 110 today. I was hoping we'd get out of June without any 110s, but not all next week, starting today and all next week, 110s and 1-teens at some point. So pray for rain. It's getting full into summer now. We've had a pretty easy June, and now that's over. So it's pretty nice this morning. The lows are still in the 70s, so it's pretty nice. In fact, nice cool air this morning. So just out for a ride. Will not be a super long one today because I do want to get home before it gets brutal hot. Probably by 10 a.m. it'll be 100 degrees, or even earlier. So that gives me 3-4 hours to be out and enjoy the morning. Arizona is like that this time of year. This is our penance to pay for the mild winters and being able to ride 12 months a year. Hope you're doing all right, and I hope you're getting out on your bikes and enjoying this summer of 2023. I know you guys locked down in the northeast and northwest. They were having some pretty bad weather this year. Hope you can enjoy your riding season. Anyway, just getting started this morning. I'll be back with more in a while. Hey Randy, it's Randy and I'm back. Starting here out on the morning here. And I was trying to come up with a theme for today for the vlog, and what I was thinking here is kind of reflections on a lifetime of riding motorcycles. Because I'm going to be 69 years old next month, and I was thinking back on probably 50 years now of riding motorcycles and what that means to me. And I started out riding dirt bikes back in the 70s, and I still remember the first days and how much it was so incredible experience it was to me. The smells, the feels, you know. I still remember what that old DT 250 Yamaha, the DT1 250 Yamaha sounded like and felt like I can still feel what it felt like to kick it over, and felt that rush of power and that weird two-stroke noise that some people laugh at, but it's still kind of special to me. Going on, and a few years later, just riding dirt bikes on the weekend wasn't cutting it for me, and I had to do it more and more. I bought an old basket case Triumph, a 1956. And I never did get it running. It was just every time I turned around, it was like I turned over the stones and found more bugs and more problems, and it was going to be a never-ending money pit, and it probably wouldn't have been that great a motorcycle after all, considering that it was put together from a loose collection of odd parts. Well, I found somebody that needed a transmission, which I had a rebuilt one, and I traded into a 69 Triumph Bonneville, and again, I still remember that first day. I remember the smells of it, the way it felt, and I remember putting literally 31 cents worth of gas into it in 1974 and filling up the gas tank. It was such an awesome motorcycle. It was the first time I'd ever gone 100 miles an hour on a motorcycle. It rattled, it shook, it broke parts. Never stranded me. I mean, if you can count once a broken throttle cable and I had to push it about a mile to a bike shop to get another cable. I was fortunately to be somewhat close to a Triumph dealer that no longer exists. The old Meridian Triumph dealership called P&D Triumph in Phoenix, Arizona, and literally counting out every dime I had to get that cable. Came up short. The guy trusted me for it, and the first thing I did when I got paid was go down there and pay him and establish myself as worthy. Back in those old days, people wouldn't give you the time of day if you were considered to be a squid or a newbie or a wannabe, or what they called, what did we call it back then? Sidewalk commando. So you had to kind of prove yourself with people back in those days. But I did. Time went on. Bought my first Harley, the 73 Sportster. It was a beast of a motorcycle. It was crude, agricultural, a friend used to call it. And but God, that was an amazing feeling. That thing would shake you to death. It was hard to start. That one did strand me a few times, but nothing that was, not fixable and moving on. Then over the year, more Triumphs. I had a new 76 Triumph Bonneville 750. It was an awesome bike. Rode that one practically into the ground. I mean, it was pretty worn out when I got rid of it, but I considered going to Japanese motorcycles. I had a KZ1000 LTD lined up. I was going to buy it, and a guy called me up and said, "Hey, I heard you were looking for a Rocket 3 X75 Triumph," and I said, "Yeah, let me come look at it." And it was a mess, but I saw the potential in it, so I bought that one instead of the Kawasaki, and I think that kept me going down this path of these old obsolete motorcycles. I would just live for motorcycles. I still do. I mean, I have 3 right now, and I don't have nearly as much time or the stamina to ride like I used to, but I still get out every chance I get, and I love tinkering with them and working on them. To me, it's kind of all I think about most of the time. I do play music. That's a recent thing, and I call recent, in 20 years now, a little over 20 years, I've been playing music again. But it's just, to me, it's all about motorcycles. I live and breathe it, and I can't imagine doing anything else. Some of the adventures that I've had, I've been all over the western United States with them, up in the Colorado mountains. I've seen the Rocky Mountains at sunset. I've been caught in hailstorms. I've ridden by the Flaming Gorge in Utah. I've seen buffalo. I've seen moose. I've seen bears, rattlesnakes. Proverbial zoo, lots of deer, some things. I've even seen wild burros out in the desert, and that was here a couple years ago when I had my quads. I did quads for a while. They were entertaining, but I wasn't getting out nearly enough to use them, so I sold them. That's how I ended up with the Triumph. But just some of the places I've been to Sturgis, been to Yellowstone Park, been all over California, gone to the ocean, all over Arizona. Just amazing things. And I can't imagine my life living any different. I mean, some of the things that I've seen, I've been to some hellacious parties. I went to a party where there was 1982, was called the Rocky Mountain Rendezvous in a place called Drake, Colorado. It was on our way to Sturgis. That party was better. That was sponsored by the old Iron Horse magazine. And Flinch, if you're watching this video today, you probably remember that. And that was one hell of a party. And it was just awesome. It was 3 or 4 days it went on, and it was better than Sturgis that year. It really was. Saw some crazy stuff. I've ridden with some incredible people, some living, some dead. I still ride with some incredible people. And it just, I've got lifelong friends, and I've had people come in and out of my life, and some people that have lost and missed tremendously, others that came in and proved themselves to be unworthy of my company and ended that quickly. Been married 3 times, ridden a lot of miles with my wives that I've had over the years. My awesome wife that I'm married to now she has supported my lifestyle and accepted me for that, and it's awesome. But anyway, I just, share your experiences with me. I counted it up here the other day, and I've had in the neighborhood of 40 motorcycles, if I count every junker that I had that didn't run, and the things that I've had. I've been a little picky here in the last several years. I've had several different kinds of motorcycles. I've sold some, regretted it, and bought the same bike back. Hence my Dyna here. I should have never sold that 2017 that I bought new. But now I have another 2017, and it is everything that I remember it being. But I've ridden mostly Harleys and Triumphs. I've had a sport bike or two. Done different kinds of riding, touring, town riding. Ridden uncomfortable bikes, ridden baggers, are super comfortable. Ridden in the heat, ridden in the cold, the rain. Just a whole life. I wouldn't have lived it any other way. When I do leave this life, I will have the movie that plays at the end of my life will be pretty cool. I think. And I hope you guys are enjoying that, and you have the opportunity to spend your life on 2 wheels as I have, and continue to make these memories. And the whole thing that I'm doing now with the YouTube stuff, I'm just enjoy being able to share my mundane life with you all. And anyway, that's the thing I was thinking about today, and just getting out here today. I'm probably going to ride some more today, but I'm going to cut this off. This is Randytbird out here in beautiful June 25th, Arizona. Nice and cool this morning, but going to be hot today. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. Sure appreciate you subscribing, and the pennies are rolling in on my videos now, and just incredible. I'm never going to be able to retire on this or get rich, but I just it's awesome. And I thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you again.